Hello everyone, welcome to another one of my London walking videos. This is part 2 of my walk around Hampstead Heath. I am doing a series of walks on Hampstead Heath, and this is part 2 of it. In part 1 of the video, we got out at Hampstead Tube Station, which is on zone 2-3 of the Northern Line on the Edgware branch. We had a walk around the area, then found ourselves inside Hampstead Heath. Now this is a really nice place. But once you're inside, you can get lost very easily because there's really no landmark, no particular, well, everything kind of looked the same really. So we got thoroughly lost and decided we need to have a destination, some kind of aimed in mind, because you can't just wander around not knowing where you're going and in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. So looking at the map, the only thing seemed to have any interest was Keats' house. Um, I had no idea who Keats, this person, was at the time, but I later found out that John Keats was apparently an English romantic poet. He lived and died quite a long time ago, but when he was alive, he used to live at this house around Hampstead Heath. So we thought we'll pick that and something to aim for, sort of thing. In case you didn't know what Hampstead Heath was, it is the largest, I think it is the largest parkland in northwest of London. It's in NW3, not far from central London, only 4 miles away, and there are lots of ways of getting into it. You can get to it from Hampstead Tube Station, which is what we did in part 1 of the video. You can also get to the west side of it from Golders Green. There is also the overground station, Hampstead Heath Overground Station, and you can also get to it from Highgate and I think even Archway Tube Station, which is on the High Barnet branch of the Northern Line. Best of all, it's free and it's open every day of the year, 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day. Hampstead Heath is well known for having lots of celebrities living in and around that area, so people like Elizabeth Taylor, Boy George, George Michael, Stephen Fry, and maybe a whole bunch of others as well. I don't know all of them, obviously. But that is what it's famous for, and of course, it's a very nice place to live. If you haven't seen part 1 of this video, you might like to go and see it. I will put a link to that video in the description box. I think we have finally found our way out. The exit is straight ahead of us. However, once we got to the main road, we haven't a clue where to go from there, either to turn left, right, center, or which direction to go. After some time, we decided, never mind, just pick a nice scenic route and go down it and see where it takes us, because neither of us has been here before. And it all looks very similar and very pleasing. But I think we decided to go straight ahead, and that was a good choice because it was a really nice route. And we did find Keats' house in the end. Oh, right, let me just show you this quickly. This little creature here, that's a hedgehog. It was lying there very motionless, and luckily we spotted it and kind of walked around it, because if you didn't see it and just walk by, you might end up trotting on it, then you'll be in big trouble. Let's have a really close look at these great big houses that we're seeing here. Now, I think most of them were built during the Victorian period. I'm just guessing here, I've no idea. They kind of look Victorian to me, and they certainly are very big and grand old houses. And you will see that all of them have these really deep basement down below them. I think in the day when they were built, the basement was where the kitchen and the storeroom would be. That's where the servants would be living out their life, working, sweating away down in the basement, in the kitchen, doing all the dirty job. The ground floor, the main section of the house, the ground floor, first floor, and second floor, that would be where the masters, the family, would live. And then you have the attic as well, and that would also, I think, be for the servant. So that's where the servant kind of bedroom would be, up in the attic, freezing cold. Either that, or they literally sleep in the kitchen as well. So they'd be working and sleeping in the kitchen. And nowadays, most of these houses would have been converted into flats. So you have basement flat, and then the first floor, second floor flats. They're either one or two bedroom flats kind of thing. If they haven't been converted, it would have been a really big grand house. In that case, I reckon the people who can afford these whole house to themselves, a lot of the time they would convert the basement into a gym or even a swimming pool, some sort of utility like that down in the basement. It's a very popular and in fashion thing to do nowadays. I think we're getting very close to Keats' house now because we are at Keats Grove, so I sense the house can't be far away. However, before we get there, I thought I'll go over and do a detour into that little alleyway on the opposite side there because it kind of piqued my interest to go and have a look because it looks like a really grand old place. We are now coming up to John Keats' house. However, at the time, I actually walked right past it without realizing it. But luckily, my friend's beady eye spotted the nameplate and called me back. There, that's a house behind the tree and the fence. You can't really see it yet. On the day we were there, the house was closed for viewing because it is now a museum. You can go in and have a look if you want. I found out later that it opens on Wednesday to Sunday, but closed on Monday and Tuesdays. And we were there on a Monday, so it was closed. But never mind, I wasn't planning on going in to see it anyway, because you have to pay for it, and it costs £6.50. I didn't really want to pay £6.50 to go in and see a house of someone I had no idea who he was at the time. Yes, we just kind of walked past it. However, my friend also saw that you can go in and have a look at the garden of the house for free. So that's what we did. We turned around, went in, and walked around the garden to have a look. And here we are, walking down the side of the house to the back garden to have a quick look around. I also found a bit of a blurb about the house on the internet, so let me give you a read of what it says about the house here. John Keats lived here for 2 years, and the museum's collection includes paintings, prints, and relics belonging to him and his contemporaries. The house is a Grade 1 listed building and garden with changing exhibitions on Keats and his era. Keats' letters and manuscripts were held at the London Metropolitan Archives. Close quote. So that's a little bit of information about the house there. And the garden is fairly big, but pretty plain and just mostly lawns with a few trees and some shrubberies all over the place. And here's the front of the house. It's quite a big, imposing looking kind of house, but fairly plain, nothing fancy. As you can see the plaque at the top of the door there, telling you that John Keats lived here and some date of his birth and death, and that's when we found out that he was only 25 years old when he died, fairly young. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this little section of Hampstead Heath. We are now coming up to Hampstead Heath Overground Station, just ahead of us there, where this video is coming to an end. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. The walk shall continue into part 3 of the video, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you again in part 3, where we'll head back into Hampstead Heath to do more walking and more sightseeing. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!